Good day, grade 8 learners. Today, we're gonna discuss about Module 8, linear equations, its forms, graphs, and trends. Module 8 has 3 lessons. So in this lesson, we're gonna discuss first, Lesson 1, writing linear equation from standard form to slope-intercept form and vice versa. What I need to know. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to rewrite linear equations in standard form to slope-intercept form and vice versa. Identify the slope and the y-intercept of the equation. What's in? Recall that linear equation in one variable is an equation which can be written in the form of ax plus b is equal to 0, where a and b are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. What's new? So we have here at the left a set of balloons, and these are the questions for this. Which of the balloons at the left represent an equation? Number 2, list down all the equations. And 3, which do you think among the equations are the linear equations in two variables? And now, let's find out. Now, let's answer one by one. So we have here 7x minus 3 equals y. Is it an equation? Yes, it is. So now, let's have x plus y minus 6. Is it an equation? Think. Yes, it is an equation. How about x plus y equals 6? Is it an equation? Yes, it is an equation. But how about 2y equals 7? Is it an equation? Yes, it is also an equation. We also have here x plus 2x equals 6. Is it an equation? Yes, it is also an equation. How about x squared plus y squared equals 6? Is it an equation? Yes, it is also an equation. Therefore, all of the equations in the balloons are all equations. For question number 3, which do you think among the equations are linear equations in two variables? The answer are 7x minus 3 equals y. We also have x plus y minus 6 and x plus y equals 6 because all of these three equations have two variables. Take note that 2y equals 7 and x plus 2x equals 6 are not linear equations in two variables because they are linear equations in one variable because they only have one variable. And for x squared plus y squared equals 6, it is not a linear equations in two variables because of the exponent 2. Take note that a linear equation in two variables only have one exponent. What is really a linear equation in two variables? A linear equation in two variables is an equation that can be written as ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both equal to 0. In a linear equation, an increase in one variable will cause a corresponding increase or decrease in the other variable. So that is a linear equation in two variables. So what is the standard form of the linear equation into variables? So the standard form is, take note, ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both equal to 0. Just take note that the standard form has x and y terms together on one side. So it means kuno ang atuang x ug si y nga terms naa sila pareho together either sa left side or sa right side. And the constant is isolated on the other side. So take note that c is the constant on this form of the standard form. So it should be on the other side. So the exponent of the x or y variable should be 1, and the equation has no xy term. So they don't have this term, xy term. Take note of that as the standard form of the linear equation into variables. Now, what is the slope-intercept form of the linear equation into variables? So the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And take note, m and b are real numbers. So take note that only one variable y should remain at the left or the right. So kinira daw si y ang mahibilin, either there is a left or there is a right. So of the equation, and take note, it must be positive. So dili pwede mahimong negative si y. So pangitaan gyud siya paagi nga mahimong positive. So take note of that. Therefore, from the picture, the set of balloons a while ago, the linear equation in two variables are x plus y equals 6 and 7x minus 3y equals y. Notice that x plus y is already in standard form, and take note of the standard form, ax plus by equals c. So now, how are we going to rewrite this one into slope-intercept form? So let's find out. So we have to rewrite x plus y equals 6 into its slope-intercept form. And take note, the slope-intercept form is in the form of y equals mx plus b. So the first thing that we are going to do is to get the additive inverse of x. Here, it is negative x. When we say additive inverse, as I have explained in the previous modules, it is the opposite sign of a certain variable. So in this case, the additive inverse of x is negative x. So the purpose of that one is for us, ang mahibilin diri sa left side kay si y na lang. Okay, take note, ang atuang form, slope-intercept form is in the form of y equals mx plus b. So ang atuang goal is mahibilin si y sa left side and mabalhin si mx plus b sa right side. So that's why we have to get the additive inverse of x. So, and after that, we have to, after getting the additive inverse, we have to add both sides by the negative x para makancel siya. Makancel na to si x sa left side o mahibilin si y sa left side. So we got here, gi-cancel si x. So because x plus negative x is equal to 0, so mahibilin is y is equal to negative x plus 6. Therefore, the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, of x plus y equals 6 is equal to y is equal to negative x plus 6, in which our slope or our m is negative 1 and our y-intercept is positive 6. So I hope it is clear. Now let's have our second example. Rewrite 10x minus 7y equals negative 8 into its slope-intercept form. So, as you can see, it is already in the standard form. So, we have to rewrite it into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So, our goal na to kay mahibilin si y sa left side ug mabalhin na to si x dere sa right side. Okay? Kay para y equals mx plus b gid ang porma. So, we need to get the additive inverse of 10x. And the additive inverse of 10x is negative 10x. And we have to add both sides of the equation by the additive inverse, which is negative 10x, kay para ma-cancel out na to si 10x dere sa left side ug mabalhin siya dere sa pikas ug para mahibilin sa left side si y na lang. So, that's why we have here our new equation, 10x plus negative 10x minus 7y equals negative 10x minus 8. And simplify, we have to simplify this one. We have to combine like terms. So, we need to cancel out si 10x. So, ang mahihibilin is negative 7y equals negative 10x minus 8. So this time, are we done? Is it already in the form of y equals mx plus b? Not yet. So in this case, as you can see, ang nahibilin is negative 7y equals negative 10x minus 8, right? So, ang slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, niingon man nga dapat ang numerical coefficient nga ni y is only 1. And in this case, negative 7 man siya. So, we have to cancel out si negative 7 para ang mahibilin sa left side kay y ragyod siya. So, how are we going to do that? We just have to divide both sides by negative 7. Kay para ang mahibilin sa left side is si y na lang. So we have here negative 7y over negative 7 is equal to negative 10x over negative 7 minus 8 over negative 7. So the answer will now become, as we simplified it, it will now become, cancel out na to si negative 7, mahimo na lang siyang y is equal to 10 over 7x plus 8 over 7. Miss, how did it become positive? So take note that as we divide a negative divided by a negative, the answer will always be a positive. So, same goes here. So, negative 8 divided by negative 7. So, it will now become positive 8 over 7. So, that's why our slope, which is m, is equal to 10 over 7. And our y-intercept, or stands for b, is 8 over 7. So, therefore, the slope-intercept form of 10x minus 7y equals negative 8 is y is equal to 10 over 7x plus 8, 7. A while ago, gitransform na to ang standard form ax plus by equals c to the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And this time, we're gonna do it the opposite. So we're gonna transform the equation from slope-intercept y equals mx plus b to the standard form ax plus by equals c. So how are we going to rewrite the slope-intercept form of a linear equation into a standard form? So we're gonna find out later. But before that, you have to remember that ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers. Okay? So a, b, and c are real numbers, and a and b should not be both equal to 0. And take note that in the standard form, naagyud kuyog si x plus y together on the other side. It's either on the left side or the right side. And si Sira ang mahibilin, which is our constant, either sa left or sa right. Depende sa ato ang asa na to siya gusto ibutang. Basta, kung si C naa sa left, si ax plus by naa sa right. Alright? So, the exponent of the x or y variable should be 1. Because if dili na siya 1, it means it is not a linear equation. And dili siya, the equation has no xy term. So, dapat ax plus by gud siya. Alright? So, take note of that. Now, let's have this second example. Rewrite y is equal to 1/2 x plus 3 into the standard form. So, as you can see, it is in the slope-intercept form, and our goal is to transform it into standard form. So, how are we going to do that? So, in this case, as you can see, our goal is to make it into ax plus by equals c. So, therefore, ato ang ibalhin si x dere o mahibilin sa right side kay ato ang constant. Alright? So, that is our goal. So, to do that, so in this case, naamantay atong slope is in fraction form man, we have to multiply both sides with the LCD niya, which is 2, para makancel nato, para wala na tay fraction form sa ato ang slope, sa ato ang equation. So we have to multiply both sides by 2. So ang mahitabo, we will be able to get, so multiply, applying the distributive property of multiplication. So 2 times y, so we got here 2y, and then multiply 2 to 1/2 x, ang mahitabo is 2 over 2, in which 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So, mahimo siyang 1x or simply x. Then, 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So, as you can see, we have our new equation in which wala na tay fraction form. So, we have here 2y equals x plus 6. And now, again, our goal is mabalhin si x diri sa left side ug mahibilin ang atuang constant diri sa right side. Kay, according to our rule, si ax plus by will always be together sa tuang standard form. So, to do that, we have to get the additive inverse of x. Kay para to ma-add siya both sides. So, we have to get the additive inverse of x, which is negative x, and then add both sides para makancel na to si x diri sa right side ug mabalhin siya sa left side. So, this is what will happen. So we have here the additive inverse, negative x plus 2y equals x plus 6 plus negative x. And then we have to simplify. We cancel out x plus negative x because it will become 0. So as you can see, ang mahibilin is negative x. So, as we add both sides by the additive inverse of negative x, mahimo na lang siyang negative x plus 2y equals 6. So, take note everyone that our our first term should not be negative. Therefore, atong AX should not be negative. So, pangitaan na to siya paagi nga mahimo siyang positive. So, unsa atong buhaton? We have to multiply both sides, the left side and the right side, with negative 1 para si first term mahimong positive. So, we will divide both sides. Mahimo siyang negative 1 times the quantity of negative x plus 2y equals 6. So, si 6, he multiplies it by negative 1. So, the answer will now become x minus 2y equals negative 6. So, as we multiply, take note of the distributive property of multiplication. Negative 1 times negative x, so it's positive x. Because a negative multiplied by a negative will always be a positive. Then, negative 1 times positive 2y, it will now become negative. Because a negative multiplied by a positive, the answer will always be negative. And then, negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. Now, we have our final answer in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, and that is x minus 2y equals negative 6, in which our ax is x, our by is negative 2y, and our c is negative 6. So, the standard form of y equals 1/2 x plus 3 is x minus 2y equals negative 6. So now, I believe you are now ready to transform the standard form to slope-intercept form and vice versa. So, please answer this activity. What's more? Answer the activity below to solidify your understanding and skills of the topic. Always remember to follow the steps in order for you to arrive at the correct answer. So, activity 1.1, slope-intercept form. A. Directions. Rewrite the standard form of the linear equation into its slope-intercept form. Identify the slope and the y-intercept. So, the first one is done for you. Again, take note, you have to rewrite from the standard form to slope-intercept form and identify the slope, which is the m, and the y-intercept, which is the b. So here's the table. We have here the standard form 1 to 4. Then you have to transform to slope-intercept form. Then you have to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So we have here number 1, x plus y equals 6. Number 2, we have here 2x minus 2y equals negative 16. Number 3, 9x minus 3y equals negative 12. Number 4, you have here 9x minus 7y equals negative 7. Don't forget to show your solution. We have here B, directions. Rewrite the following equations in the form of ax plus by equals c. So, we have number 1, y equals negative x plus 4. Number 2, y equals negative 2x plus 6. Number 3, y equals 5x plus 7. Number 4 is y equals 3x minus 8. And number 5, we have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 3. So that's the end of the activity. And now, in this lesson, you have to remember the following. So, the slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And take note that only the variable y should remain at the left or the right side of the equation, and it must be positive. So, only variable y. The numerical coefficient should not be more than 1. And also, you have to remember the standard form, ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0. And the standard form has x and y terms together on one side, and the constant is isolated on the other side. So nag-inusara. The exponent of the x or y variable should be 1, and the equation has no xy term. So you have to remember that in this lesson. So to end this lesson, let me leave you with this quotation. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. So there is no such thing as overnight success, so we just have to keep on doing our best. So just keep on solving, just keep on practicing on how to solve our mathematics problem, and you will be able to do it one of these days. So that's all for today, and I hope you learned something from this lesson.